Are you feeling good about your body as you go through the change? In this video, I'm going to share some concepts that are going to help you feel great about yourself. Hello, welcome to the Change Guru. This is where we get our change on. And this week, I want to talk about feeling good as we go through perimenopause and menopause. And this topic is inspired by one of the gals on my newsletter, Stella. And Stella writes, "Dear Susan, I really enjoy your podcast." Thanks, Stella. And if you haven't heard my podcast yet, go to my website, thechangeguru.net/podcasts. They're all right there. Now, I'm going through the change, and it has been a roller coaster. My main concern so far has been with my body and weight gaining. Will I ever be in shape? Is it too late to get that super toned body that I always wanted to have? I always thought I could somehow get in that shape, but is it possible now? Well, Stella, thank you for asking a really cool question. You know, I'll tell you a personal belief that I have. It's just me, but I do not have in my consciousness that just because we are going through perimenopause or menopause, that it is a disaster on our bodies. I feel that being fit, staying healthy is kind of a lifelong process. It's not something that happens instantly. And I feel that if you keep that side of yourself relatively intact and are faithful and stable and steady with it, by the time that you get to perimenopause or menopause, you actually feel okay within your body. There's absolutely no evidence at all that we cannot get in shape at this age. There's no evidence at all that we can't look great from this age and on. And there are women constantly defying all of the expectations that we have about being super fit after 40 and 50.
91-year-old Harriet Thompson ran her way into the record books on Sunday after she completed the San Diego Rock and Roll Marathon for the 15th time. Completing the race in 7 hours, 7 minutes and 42 seconds, Harriet became the oldest woman to compete in the race and also set a US record for the fastest time for a woman in her age group.
So that said about having a lifetime of good health, whether or not you're at that space, I think it's a great idea when you realize you're going through perimenopause is to go and get your baseline hormonal levels checked, your thyroid, your estrogen, progesterone. Just get a real handle on what's going on with your body, because they might give you an indication of if there is exactly something that is triggering your body not doing what it's supposed to do. And if you go to the show notes for this video, which is just in the links below, it's the link somewhere, I have some tips for finding the right kind of doctor. It's a challenging one. I've spoken about that before, but you'll find your way with that. So that's my first tip. You know the drill. You know that our body needs to move, right? So I don't need to say that anymore. The one thing that is so awesome, I think, well, one of the million things that I think is so awesome about going through the change is it makes you get really serious about yourself, and it invites you to be kinder to yourself, to really once and for all love your body and respect your body in a whole new way than you ever have before. Before you put on your jogging shoes, before you go and join a gym, this is something that you can do immediately right now. It's taking an attitude of perfecting the present. So any imperfection that you see or whatever is just infused with gratitude for your body, for what it does for you. I've spoken about this many times before, but I recently put on my newsletter a story about a really disastrous dressing room moment that I have, and I want to read it to you because I think it sums up my thought process when I see any of my millions of imperfections. And it goes something like this. I just emerged from a dressing room, Zara's to be specific, with the worst, I'm telling you, Zara's has the worst lighting in the history of the world. And I swear this lighting gave me cellulite on my fingernails. I saw more wrinkles, more fat, more imperfections than I ever have in my dressing room, in any dressing room in my whole life. It immediately got me thinking about a few things. First, I thought, nobody could look their best in this light. Why would a store want to make you look bad? Is there some sneaky sales thing going on where the worse you look, the more you buy? Then I thought, I take really great care of myself in every way, physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. No amount of working out harder, diet fads, or plastic surgery would ever protect me from some bad lighting somewhere else down the track. And I knew that this was it. Believing in myself at this moment was now or never. And then, without any hesitation, I looked in the mirror with nothing on but my undies. I smiled at myself widely and said, "Hello, you gorgeous woman." I meant it. And you know what? All of a sudden, owning and respecting myself inside as well as out completely colored my vision. I tried on the clothes and they all fit okay, but honestly, I felt more compelled to find a quiet spot and write this out to you than wait in a line. Many times we hear stories of women at midlife seeing their reflection in a window and freaking out because they don't recognize the changes of their physicality. What I wonder is, rather than panicking, what if we stopped for a moment and thanked ourselves for being on the planet for all these years? What if we smiled and gave ourselves an inner hug, reminding ourselves that one crappy reflection isn't the truth? What if we chose to see our reflection as beautiful in every kind of lighting? I'm not saying that we should give up, but I am saying there comes a time when no new injection, potion, or cleanse is going to heal our esteem. When you do the inner work of loving yourself, cellulite on your fingernails and all, your beautiful truth reveals itself, especially under the most glaring light. If you ever find yourself in this situation, I hope you think of how I handled it and that it prompts you to have a hello gorgeous moment of your own. So Stella, that's what I have to say about loving yourself, loving your body. Take care of it in every way, but the messages that you're getting right now, I think, are just to be kind to yourself. And when you're kind to yourself from this really inner place, you find yourself being kind to yourself in a lot of other ways. You find that it's kind to go and move your body. You find it's kind to eat better. You find it's kind to sleep better. But most of all, just start off with just being kind to where you're at right now. Now, if you like my videos and you like that newsletter, that's the kind of stuff that I send, come on over to thechangeguru.net and sign up for my free email list. You get those emails like every couple of weeks, and they just are kind of a visual prompt and just a different way to look at the world. Thank you so much for spending some time with me this week. I look forward to talking with you next time. Bye for now.